The health impact of climate change was reinforced during the St. Kitts and Nevis-led side event at the 4th International SIDS Conference in Antigua and Barbuda on Wednesday, May 29th at the American University of Antigua. Leading the event was Prime Minister and Minister of Health Dr. Terence Drew, who was on a panel comprising Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. Denzil Douglas, Vice Chancellor of the University of the West Indies Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, Pro-Vice Chancellor of the University of the West Indies Ms. Sandra Maynard, Jakowski York, Youth Officer in the Ministry of Youth Empowerment of St. Kitts and Nevis, and Dr. Joel Clark, Minister of Environment and Sustainable Development. Prime Minister Drew outlined in his presentation the effects on health as a result of climate change.
So it means the more weather activities of the extreme that we have, the more people who will suffer. These are direct impacts. With stronger hurricanes comes flood. You have floods, and floods in itself has its own issues. I heard on a panel I was on, people died and disappeared, for example, in Bahamas. Water reached so high that families had to buy life vests, hoping that they can survive the flooding that came as a result. So the Caribbean is really being affected on multiple levels, but the health aspect must never be forgotten.
Professor Sir Hilary Beckles gave a historical background on the impact of slavery on the health of Caribbean citizens, and that reparatory justice is crucial to the development of the region.
So for 250 years, as late as the 1960s, when we entered into the independence process, working class children in this region were still going to school with sugar in their plastic bag to eat when they got hungry. So now we have a population that is addicted to sugar. They were fed on salted fish and salted pork imported from Canada, and they were fed salt and sugar every single day.
Meanwhile, Pro-Vice Chancellor of the University of the West Indies, Ms. Sandra Maynard, who has Kittitian roots, stressed the need for regionalism if the Caribbean is to survive the current challenges.
And what are we doing as a region? And I'm going to say this, that we need to be regionalists now. There is no place for us to start working in silos. And I look at the University of the West Indies, this is this region's regional institution. So you may not have a physical landed campus, as I say, within any of your islands, but we have a global campus. And that global campus is there to support and educate our young people.
Minister Denzil Douglas spoke on the issue of strengthening the health systems of the region and preventing the spread of diseases.
Also, of course, we want to make sure that the international community and our friends at the bilateral level would want to help us enhance prevention, preparedness, and response to better cope with the health emergencies and the epidemics which confront us from time to time. I don't think I need to refer to the COVID experience.
Mr. York from the Ministry of Youth brought to the discussion the youth perspective.
The truth. Climate change poses an existential threat to younger generations. Rising temperatures, extreme weather events, dwindling natural resources, and escalating sea levels are just a few manifestations of this crisis. These phenomena not only endanger lives and livelihoods, but also disrupt ecosystems, exacerbate poverty, and create conflict over scarce resources.
At the end of the session, which entertained questions from the audience, the government of St. Kitts and Nevis signed an MOU with the University of the West Indies, details of which we will present in a subsequent report. I'm Andre Huey, reporting from the SIDS conference in Antigua and Barbuda for SKN Newsline.
Tackling the major issues confronting the lack of progress made in fisheries is needed in order to create further avenues for food sustainability, according to Mark Brantley, the Premier of the Nevis Island Administration. Responding to an SKN Newsline query regarding the seemingly lack of attention being placed on fisheries and the need to create industries out of the so-called blue economy, the Premier agreed that much more should be done but he also spoke of critical challenges that must be resolved.
So I like to listen to the people who have the expertise, and I did ask what was a possible solution. So I think we need more enforcement. We also may need to consider, which is, I know, would be a difficult choice, whether or not we don't put some kind of ban in place for a particular period of time, just to allow stocks to replenish and to come back. We also have had the degradation of our reefs around the island and the country. And you know, reefs are good for sea life around. And so as our reefs have suffered because of climate change and other factors, we have seen less fish stock as well. I do not believe that in this press conference I could really give you the comprehensive answer, because I do believe that there are a number of different reasons why fisheries has not developed and is not doing as well as it could do here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. I believe that it requires more focused attention. It also requires ongoing education for our fisher folk.
According to Brantley, a broad-based discussion needs to be held involving fishers, government, and consumers in order to break the cycle in depleting fishery stocks.
You go to some of the restaurants in Nevis and you get, again, lobster tails which are not much bigger than a large shrimp. And even the purchasers of those lobsters ought to know that they are helping to destroy the stocks that are around the island. So we need a conversation which is a broad conversation about fisheries. Who's buying these undersized fish, these undersized lobsters, conch, etc.? Why are we buying them? If the fishermen knew that they couldn't sell them, I doubt that they will catch them. They'll probably throw them back. And then what is the government doing to enforce the regulations? Because there are regulations in place to forbid some of these activities. And then can the fishermen themselves understand that when they engage in this type of activity, they're ultimately making it harder for themselves to earn a living? So different stakeholders, I think, need to come together and have that conversation. I have said more than I needed to say, because I agree with you that we need to do more in relation to fisheries. But to do that, we need all the stakeholders on board and a common understanding of what it is we're trying to achieve.
Raising the level of economic activity is believed to be essential as the federal government looks at the proposed CARICOM-free movement of people. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
Hope Economics is an economic and development consulting firm specializing in economic policy, advising, business and trade advisory, research and project management. We work with governments, private sector agencies, multinational institutions, and non-profit organizations across the Caribbean region. Led by principal consultant Kevin Hope, Hope Economics applies rigorous analytic skills and local knowledge to address key challenges facing Caribbean economies. They work closely with governments and partners to design evidence-based solutions and support sustainable development across the region. For more information or to book services, email admin@hopeeconomics.com or contact WhatsApp 268-721-0936 or 203-257-8785. Hope Economics. Your dreams are our mission.
I love the Caribbean because they're real. What you see is what you get. No hidden agenda, no tricks, just real, honest communication.
When visiting Antigua and Barbuda, you want clean, affordable accommodations. Welcome to Bliss Vacay. Bliss Vacay is a tropical, clean, peaceful, safe, and quiet unit centrally located in St. John's, Antigua, with the nearest beach only 15 minutes away. Bliss Vacay is just about 10 minutes from the city center and is located on a popular bus route where you can take the bus to town in 5 minutes. It's budget-friendly, located close to community shop, supermarket, and pharmacies, and has easy access to local and exquisite restaurants 3 to 20 minutes away. The hosts are very friendly, and you will have all you need to make your stay memorable. To book a stay at Bliss Vacay, visit airbnb.com or WhatsApp 268-773-2665. Stay in comfort and peace of mind whenever you visit Antigua and Barbuda with Bliss Vacay.
The build-out of sustainable tourism is vital for the long-term economic and social success of tourism on St. Kitts, according to Marshall Henderson, Minister of Tourism, who recently commented on the progress being made. With the world facing climate change issues, leaders in various spheres of industry have been moving towards changes in operations, equipment use, enhanced strategies and policies, all aimed at reducing the impact of climate change and the long-term disadvantages against people in various parts of the world. Speaking to the news media on the relevant issues, the Minister of Tourism was assuring citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis that action is being taken from the national standpoint.
We do have within the Ministry of Tourism a Sustainable Destination Council, and so we've been within that council. It comprises not just ministry but private stakeholders as well, and we've been working together in implementing and advocating for sustainable practices within the tourism industry with our partners. And so we have Shore Power on Pier 1. We have two piers. Pier 1, interestingly, are not the last pier built, but the first pier has capabilities of shore power where our partners in cruise can actually plug in when they're in port, disconnect, and instead of emitting, into the atmosphere, they can actually plug in and emit clean energy. So what we are working on, though, because we have our own issues on island in terms of our grid and the capability of the grid to even carry one ship would knock out the entire grid in St. Kitts. So we're working on exploring other forms of energy. Hopefully we are hoping to get a solar farm at the ports in downtown, the cruise port. We have one here at the airport. It's not functioning, it's not working at all. So the Prime Minister in his debates in December discussed the funding for the solar farm here for the port. So that's one way. We are also partnering with the Ministry of Environment on ban of single-use plastic. We've said it to our partners when we meet with them, both the air and those in airlines, airlift and the cruise, and they're with us. We also are preserving, because for us, sustainability and climate change is more than environmental responsibility. It's sustaining what we have as well. And so the ministry is also embarking on asset and inventory of what we have, asset inventory, and how we work to sustain them amidst climate change. So our sites, our beaches, all the natural assets that we have, we're also getting a strategic plan on how we preserve these things as well.
The ministry is also pushing to enhance various aspects of community-based tourism as part of the move towards building sustainable tourism. Glenn Barr reporting for SK Newsline.
The Seventh-day Adventist Church at Molyneux presented a gift of love to a resident at Phillips Village on St. Kitts. For 3 weeks, the sound of construction reverberated through Plumtree. This was music to the ears of nearby residents, and especially Arnold Lewis, also known as One Love.
I used to live in St. Thomas in the States, and I come back here with eventually a little problem, but I come back home and build this house, but we didn't get to finish it. And God bless the Seventh-day Adventists. Tell me to come and fix it up and do everything. And I didn't beg them, they just come and give me a bag and a bag of stuff, and they say I need help, and everybody jump in and help me. God bless you all.
Dwight O'Loughlin is an elder at the Molyneux congregation and the leader of the Adventist Community Services Department of the church.
So this project was funded by the church. The church has what is referred to as the In-Gathering Project. And we solicit funds from business places and individuals as well to go towards needs in our community. We started this project because of our involvement in the community. We are usually out in the field, and just recently we have had a needs assessment survey, and so we were able to analyze the information and to see where the funds are best needed at a particular time. And so that is how we came about doing this project for Arnold, One Love as he's affectionately known. The project took about 3 weeks, and we were able to do some painting on the outside, inside, the roof. We did some tiling in the bathroom, tiling on the floor, and we had a closed closet built.
Among the many persons who worked tirelessly to see the completion of this project was Joseph Ray, a recent returning national and a member of the Molyneux congregation.
I believe that the work that we've carried out here is a requirement of God's people to help and support the community. I am one of the members who, when I heard the call for this project, I made it my own decision to be part of that, as God has given me many gifts to use for His glory. And I believe I'm an instrument in His hand that He can use to bless others and to bless myself and to be a good citizen for the community.
This thing we never want to get it done so fast. You know, get it done good, and everybody help it in and help me. God bless the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Everything they do to me. When I look at the bathroom, my bathroom, everything, bedroom, everything is a different thing. You go in and check, you know. I thank God for that. I bless everybody who helped me out. Everyone. God bless all of you. All the 70 people. I mean, good thing you're all doing, helping poor people and people needed. And like, that's a good thing you're all doing. I hope you all keep it up. My bedroom didn't have no closet or nothing. And now, my clothes used to be in a basket. Now they're in a closet. Thank you all for everything. You know, appreciate it. God bless you all again. You know, yeah, everything to the tiles. I don't know if to thank God, but I give all you thanks and praise for everything. The whole of the 70 crew. God, it's a very good thing they're doing. You know, and I like it. I enjoy it a lot. Because when anybody come here, they freak out to see how the house look way different. It look like a mini condominium. Thank you all for that.
I'd like to thank the members of the Molyneux SDA Church who really came out and assisted in the project, particularly Brother Ray. I'd like to thank the general public, particularly those who gave during the gathering program. You know, it's because of you why projects like these are made possible.
The mission of the Seventh-day Adventist Church is to win men, women, and children to Christ by sharing God's love through the proclamation of the gospel in words and deeds. This project was funded to the sum of almost $10,000 by the church through the generosity of members and the general public through the church's annual in-gathering campaign. Colin Tyrrell reporting for the Seventh-day Adventist Church at Molyneux on St. Kitts.